What is the deal with Ergo Loops? They are sweeping the dental nation. It's Paul, Dr. Nacho here with our amazing sponsors on Talking Nachos, where we help dentists do three things, dentists and their teams, dentists and hygienists, increase success, decrease stress, and most of all, reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. And I want to welcome my special guest. Would you guys share with us who you are and what you do to help dentists, hygienists, team members cry less inside?
Yeah, well, thanks for having us here today, Paul. My name is Cheryl Lee. I am located here in Vancouver, BC, up on the West Coast in Canada, and I'm the national sales manager here in Canada with Andau Medical. And here
Awesome.
is
Who'd you bring here
Crystal.
as your complimentary friend?
Yeah, so I am Crystal Kingsbury. I am based out of Denver, Colorado. I started out as a sales rep with the company, and I'm now a regional sales manager. I kind of control the central US and help manage and help my team support the dentists and hygienists like yourselves.
Awesome. Well, I love you guys supporting our community. You guys bring the fun. I love that. Dental Nachos is part of that. To kind of put context, I'm 47. I graduated from dental school in 2002. Amazing dad who said you have to use loops. We practiced together for 11 years before he sadly passed away, but I practiced with my brother. And I was a dental student saying, hey, I got to use loops, even though I had really no idea how to use loops. But this was back in the olden days of 2002, where I probably knew three loops companies total, right? And now there's been an explosion of awesomeness in the loops world, the ergo loops world, the light world. So kind of just orient our audience. What do you want to share with them today? Whether it's some standard awesome things from Andau that you guys offer our community and anything new that you have on your nacho plate.
I'll let Cheryl start and then I'll chime in.
Yeah, so I mean, you're totally speaking our language here, Paul. Crystal and I are previous dental hygienists. I was a hygienist for 14 years, and when loops even were an option, it was those basic traditional loops where you look down, bend your neck, and
Yeah.
fast forward 12 years later, you're in pain, your neck, you're strained, MSD, and there really was no solution for that. And so this is sort of how we both, came to work and support Andau Medical and the product. We were established in 2020, and what brought us was partnering with the great company Admatec, and they came out with this ergonomic loop in light. And so, you put it on, you're sitting neutral, and it's just unbelievable technology. With our team, the way that we are, that we're situated, we're supporting North America with over 50 territory managers, and I would say 95% of our sales team are dental clinicians.
Awesome. So are you
Yeah.
you use your own solution and neck pain, not putting yourself in the right position. It is just such a challenging thing. I don't think people who are not dentists and hygienists know how painful that is, literally and figuratively, in our lives. So thanks, Crystal. You can share with us next.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing that brings such great value to what we are presenting to the market is because we do understand. I was a hygienist for 9 years, and I actually came to this company first as a customer, and I was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease in my neck. So, the thing that a lot of dental professionals deal with is MSD. So, and a lot of our reps kind of have the same story, and it is really amazing because not only are most of our reps clinicians, but all of the dental leadership team is too. So we kind of, give that leadership to our team with that in mind as well. So
That's awesome. Well, you guys are seen across dental exhibits, I guess Canada, US, all over the place with your pink jackets, which I think is awesome. And now you're also sharing in our Dental Nachos community online, and you can see there's so much desire for education, understanding. Maybe if I just ask you next, because I am, someone 20 years out of school. Ergo loops are not something that I've used myself, right? Myself. I don't practice clinically that much myself right now, really none. I just go to my office and contribute joy. That's what I say, help everyone. But now people are making these decisions. So if like one of our audience members, dentist or hygienist, is just saying, is it worth it to do ergo loops? What's the benefits of ergo loops? What would you tell them?
I would say 100% yes. I had the opportunity, obviously being a customer first, to use them in clinic. I noticed from day one that, I was feeling less pain and strain at the end of the day. So I can speak, definitely from my own experience that this is a product that does help. And then, alongside that too, because we're hygienists, we have a lot of special ergonomic training that we give our reps. I'm a certified ergonomic assessment specialist. So our reps are coming in and they're not just there to sell this product to you. Their end goal is to help you. And if that means adjusting, your patient, maybe I've gone into offices and they're working like this, we're looking at the whole picture. We're not just looking at it in terms of selling you a pair of loops, selling you a light.
And I've heard from our audience that these ergo loops can just be game changing on their ability to practice, their longevity. I don't think people really understand that whether you're a dentist or hygienist, you are literally producing what you do mouth by mouth every day, 10, 20
Absolutely.
patients a day. And that strain and wear and tear adds up. I know you guys are going to want to share some new things, or I mean, you have the floor here. If people were just learning about Andau for the first time or anything new coming up, what would you want to tell them, Cheryl?
Oh, well, I have to say, like dental dentists, hygienists, we can support them all. Like the ergo loops, we have from 3 all the way to 10. And I think how we come in is like Crystal was saying, is that we have the education. So similar how you're talking, as a dentist or a hygienist, you're talking to your patient and you're, educating them about their current, status with their oral health. I mean, that's kind of how we're educating now as, territory managers is we're educating dental clinicians on the importance of ergonomics and we're educating, with our product line as well. But what we're very excited, fast forward 4.5 years, May 1st, 2025.
Yeah.
Admatech and Andau Medical, we are announcing today. So you guys are hearing it, soon, in just a few hours. We're getting on a big call, but we're launching the world's first multi-meg ergonomic loops.
Wow.
There's nothing of this kind out there. And we're not just launching one, but 2 options in terms of the multi-meg. So the
That
way it
sounds
works.
great. Tell me more about what that means with the multi-mag.
So you get 3 magnifications in one. So there's the option of a 3.8, 5.3, 7.0, or if you want something a higher magnification, we have 5.6, 7.4, and 10. It's the lightest ergonomic multi-meg in the world.
Sounds like an amazing thing that you're giving your clients and dentists and hygienists, but especially now I'm thinking dentists who do different types of work. Tell us, whether this might seem obvious to certain dentists or not, like why would they need more than one magnification in the same pair of loops?
Immediately, I think of some of the dentists I have worked with over the years, and I don't know what it's up with you guys, but you just like to collect loops. I feel like
Yeah.
I've come in, I'm like, why do you have there's 5 loops sitting on your desk? And they're like, oh, yeah, I use this one for this one for this. So obviously, that is one thing that is going to kind of solve that problem. You're not spending a ton of money to have 3 different magnifications of 3 separate loops. You can have it all in one piece. It's great. Most dentists are doing endo, they're doing, just the bread and butter dentistry too, as well. So they can kind of flip through the magnifications depending on what procedures they are doing throughout the day. So I really think that this is going to be a new standard of practice that we are going to start seeing in dentistry, a completely new innovation that's going to change the way that people do dentistry.
I love it. I mean, as someone who's had multiple pairs of different strengths, and I've had those situations. I'll use these for exams. This one, if I do this, but if I'm placing an implant, I need to see more for my audience. And you guys know this, that sometimes a lot of magnification is an advantage and a disadvantage, and vice versa, right? And sometimes you need to see the teeth around it. And and endodontists, I know they have it easy. They just do one thing. It's just their one thing, and they need to see the one thing the same way all the time. But general dentists who are doing a variety of procedures throughout the day, we need to see the things in different ways. So I think that's awesome. So our community, I want to share, you can text Ergo, ERGO to 215-543-6454 to learn all about Andau, their special pricing they have for our community, the discount on the traditional or the current Ergo loops and lights. And then will they also be able to learn soon, Cheryl, about how they can purchase the multi-mag ones?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And when will they be like, when they are placing orders for them, is that a product that they can get in the next few months, or are they going to walk me through this? Most of the time, I know are the Andau reps and the dentist sitting together evaluating things, or are they doing this all online, or a combination of both?
Yeah, it's definitely a hands-on experience, in the clinical practice, but we do offer virtual
Yeah,
demonstrations. But we all know with dentists and hygienists, you want to look at it, you want to try it
yeah,
on, you want to feel it. So yes, we can accommodate both, but we know dentists and hygienists, you want to see it, you want to feel it.
100%, especially with something. I mean, I at this part of the year, and I can help Andau with this. Um, if you don't have a pair of backup loops, you can ruin a day, you can ruin production, you could ruin your team. And some of these, what I'll call very dentist cheap dentists, will only have one pair of loops that they carry in their office. And if they drop them or something happens, it sometimes can be a long time before they get their pair back. So it also encourages our audience to connect with you guys to make sure that they are set up for success. Because I'm sure you've gotten some loop 911 calls, right? Probably from hygienists too, right? Have you ever had that?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we do offer loyalty promotions too for people that are loyal to us and do want to purchase that backup pair of loops and what have you. And in terms of the repair, yeah, it depends. And I mean, obviously the reps can talk to them more about this, but we do have a warehouse in Seattle as well as one in Edmonton, and we do some of the repairs there to speed up that
And I
process.
thought of another thing. And I can do some marketing on this for one is the backup pair, and then you have the multi-mag thing. We need the multi-location pairs because I had two locations when I was practicing a lot. And sometimes I would leave both pairs in one location, show up at the other location. So I think that's another great thing to encourage our community. Get a pair for each location. Well, you guys have been awesome. I've enjoyed working with Andau. You've been so much fun. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we wrap up?
No, I think this has been great, Paul. Thank you for having us today at Dental Nachos. And we've enjoyed this partnership so far, and we just look forward to, sharing and supporting the community.
I love it. As you were saying this, I thought of something. People, first of all, I want to remind people they can text Ergo to 215-543-6454 to find out everything Andau, including the new multi-mags. But you should have a marketing slogan. You make things less painful for the dentist. We make things less painful. Wait, you make things less painful for the patient. We make things less painful for you. Because I think that is really what you are doing. And you should be proud of yourself for doing it. Because if you've ever had neck or back pain, you know that it is just could truly be debilitating as a non-dentist, let alone this is now your profession. So thank you for sharing so much with our community.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.